6:49, the top stories in this Tuesday edition of your Sunrise Smart Start. Breaking news this morning, former President Donald Trump has been indicted for the fourth time in the last 5 months. Late Monday night, a grand jury in Fulton County, Georgia, handed up this 41-count indictment against Trump, as well as 18 of his associates for their alleged efforts to overturn Trump's election loss in 2020. The former chief of staff for the president, Mark Meadows, and advisor Rudy Giuliani are among those named in the indictment, which accuses Trump of 13 felony charges, including violating his oath of office. 10 minutes to go until 7 o'clock. Sunrise traffic updates. We have been watching that one issue out in northwest Rochester over at the intersection of Emerson Street and Avery Street. The expressway's okay, throughway as well. Things starting to pick up there downtown. We'll check the roads again when we see you for our cut-in at 7:25 during CBS Mornings. To more developing headlines, a public meeting held last night to address gun violence in Rochester, or as Councilmember Willie Lightfoot calls it, the Gundemic Solution Planning Meeting number 1. Parents, seniors, leaders in the faith community, and ex-law enforcement all showed up offering ideas. Many speakers are advocating for more resources for young people or creating a coalition serving the mental health needs of the public. Other solutions put on the table include giving more power to holding offenders accountable and getting back to the basics.
We do need to restore the criminal justice system. You're seeing parolees, you're seeing probationers out there committing crimes in the middle of the night because nobody's watching them.
Hey, we have a serious issue with bail reform and raise the age, and it's impacting people's ability to be punished.
We have to get back to the basics. The basics is family. The basics is morals and values.
Lightfoot adds he can take what he's hearing at these forums, make a plan, and present it to council. They'll have another meeting coming up the 21st if you want to take part. And before all that, later this afternoon, Uniting and Healing Through Hope is having a press conference addressing all the recent violence in the North Clinton area. That is at 1 o'clock. 2 young people have been arrested in Pittsford for possessing a handgun. Monroe County Sheriff's deputies on patrol say they saw the 2 trying to hide from them at the parking lot of the Wegmans early yesterday morning. Deputies say they did find them in a car where this gun was located fully loaded. 18-year-old Luis Flores and a 14-year-old were both arrested. Neither are legally allowed to own a handgun due to their age. The 2 are charged with criminal possession of a weapon. 6 jurors have been selected so far in the trial of a Greece woman accused of killing her husband of 40 years. Last September, 72-year-old Raleigh Andrews was found shot dead in his driveway. Police say his wife, Skavan, was on scene and a rifle was found inside the home. She was arrested that day and charged with second-degree murder and has pleaded not guilty. The trial will continue today as they try to seat the full jury. 33-year-old Douglas Smith will spend 25 years to life in prison for the murder of a teenager here in the city. Prosecutors say Smith showed up at a cookout on Hague Street in the city in 2021 and started to argue with another man, Johnny Rodriguez. We're told both eventually pulled out their illegally owned guns and started shooting. Manuel Rivera, a 16-year-old victim, was caught in the crossfire and killed. While both men were arrested, Rodriguez was indicted on a weapons charge and he pleaded guilty to that. He'll be sentenced later this month. Smith was convicted on murder and weapons crimes. Monroe County officials are asking the state to send in security resources after a program designed to bring asylum seekers from New York City to our area fell under scrutiny. That's because of what happened in Erie County, as officials there are rejecting asylees following 2 recent cases of sexual assault. According to the emergency housing plan we heard from Monroe County last week, services like security are set up to be arranged between the hotel where these people are going, New York City where they're coming from, and DotGo, the city's third-party contractor. It also specified that women, minority, and veteran-owned businesses would get priority. While no more asylum seekers arrived yesterday, a second round of families is expected to arrive here at some point today. At least 99 victims are confirmed dead following the wildfires over the last week on Maui. Search efforts continue in Lahaina with more than 1,000 people still missing. Hawaiian authorities are facing a lot of criticism for not using the warning siren system. It didn't turn on, and not cutting power to reduce the fire risk. An investigation is also happening to determine if electrical lines sparked the deadly flames. Hawaiian officials are looking to put a moratorium on the sale of property damaged by the fire, with concerns of predatory buyers trying to exploit the community by buying up the historic land. The Red Cross tells us some 300 volunteers are there in Hawaii already, with 2 from the Rochester region. One volunteer is helping to coordinate efforts on the ground. The other is working directly with survivors at 7 shelters that are open. Their presence on Maui will not be a short-term mission based on all the devastation. We've got some video here you got to see of a rescue mission near Buffalo. The U.S. Coast Guard helicopter crew that was at the Rochester Air Show saved a boater on their way back to their base. 2 people were on board as the boat capsized. One of them started drifting off. The helicopter did not have a rescue swimmer on board, and it was running at minimum fuel, but the crew was able to lower a basket to the stranded boater, lifting them to safety. The other boater got picked up by members of a towboat company. Some rain moving out, some rain moving in later.
A little bit of both. Yeah, we got to kind of go in both directions right now. Rain moving towards our east, some additional showers developing right over the Rochester area as we get into the 6 o'clock, almost 7 o'clock hour here. We'll continue to track more of it coming in from the east or the west later on today. That's going to be troublesome as that rides along that front there and circles around that low pressure. It's going to be some very big downpours that could lead to some issues with pooling, ponding on the roadways. Here's a look at some of the potential rainfall totals. Yeah, it could get up there, so just be mindful. That second commute of the day, not going to be easy as this one.
Yeah, so enjoy the morning one. Don't forget the umbrella and rain jacket. We'll have updates with Liam on the weather at 7:25, and I'll have some more news headlines. CBS Mornings coming up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.